Hi, Fikriya. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. Can you turn on your camera, Fikriya, for a minute?
Yes.
Fikriya, where do you study? Once again, I think last time I asked you, but I forgot. Where do you study? Which school?
Landau.
Where?
Landau School. It's English. It's English school, private English school, Landau.
Landau.
I know
On
Landau's.
slogan, it's yes. Logo of Landau is lion.
I see.
Landau is like a really good math school. Their math is really good.
Really?
Yes.
So that's why Fikriya is good in math.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Ayhan.
Yes, I went to some Olympiads before Landau School, like from Elitar Gymnasium. I went to some Olympiads, and then I went to Landau, and the math of Landau is very good.
I see. I see. So if actually the math education Landau School is good, Fikriya, are you also good in the class?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Good. Good to know that. Very good. Okay, Ayhan, how are you? Ayhan Eles Garzadeh.
I'm fine.
Very good. So guys, let's start then. It is 3 minutes past, okay? And today we are going to practice questions from 2015 P5, and next time after we finish this paper, we will practice P6 questions. And we are getting close to the Sasmo date. I think you're going to have this exam on April 20 or 21, I guess. So we have around 1 month left. Okay. So what you have to do is, Neil, sometimes you need to just relax and think. Okay. And you know the idea, you know the method, and you should try to digest. Okay. Because sometimes you just eat food, eat your dinner. Right after dinner, you cannot do exercise, right? You cannot even walk, or you cannot run, right? So that means you need to just have some rest and think so that your body can digest your food. There's also education. Sometimes, you are listening to a lot of stuff and you are watching, but sometimes you just stop yourself. Okay, think, what are you learning here? Okay, try to understand as much as you can. And good. So we will continue practicing these problems. Now you are quite experienced, actually. You know how to approach the question and how to solve the problems. Today is March 18, and I hope in 3 classes we are going to finish this paper. Okay. So again, we have 25 questions, and the time for this paper, it is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Attempt all 25 questions. Questions 1 to 15 score 2 points each. That means that they are easier questions, and no points are deducted for unanswered question, and 1 point is deducted for wrong answer. Question 16 to 25, it is score 4 points. Okay. So no points are deducted for unanswered or wrong answer, because you need to write the
We're
answer.
having
No
a quiz.
given. What did it say?
We're having a quiz.
No. What do you mean?
Nothing. Because you were just reading those things, and I
No,
thought we were gonna have a
I'm
quiz.
just
That's
explain one more time. Actually, these are the rules and regulations of Sasmo, right? You're going to have these rules in Sasmo, and just reminding here that questions 1 to 15 nil, they are easier questions, right? And 16 to 25, they are a little bit harder questions. Okay, good. Now let's start then. Neil, can you read the first question and tell me the answer? I think it should be a very easy question for you.
okay. An operator asks two numbers to give the
An
following
operator
outcomes.
heart, an operator heart.
Mm.
There's a heart shape right there.
Mr.
Oh, I should
Kazım,
say the answer. Oh, I should say if it's multiplication plus what it is.
I don't know. Can you first read the question?
I read it. an operator acts on two numbers to give the following outcomes.
What is outcome, Neil?
I'm not sure. I'm not that sure.
Result, right? Outcome means result.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. 6 hard 2, that is 61. 5 hard 3, 152. So what is it, Neil? Can you answer this question? Can you see the rule? How is it working here?
Should I? No, I have a question. Should I say like if
Can I
it's
say the
plus
rule?
mi- Should I say if it's plus minus what it is?
What do you
I'm
mean?
confused. I didn't understand the question.
And we have some different operators, right? They actually have different operations on numbers. For example,
Yeah.
actually this 3 hard 2, and the result is 61. What do you think? What operation is it doing? This heart is doing what operation here, right? Fikriye, can you see here
Can
what is
I
going
say,
on here?
can I please?
Yes.
Yes. I see that here 3 is multiplied by 2, it's 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and 7 by 5 is equal to 35, and 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. So the answer to this question is D.
7 times 5, 35. 7 minus 5, it is 2. If you just write them next to each other, 3, 5, 2. The answer is D. So Neil, what's going on here? Actually, this operation, right? For example, in general, let's say that we just write draw heart shape and B. That means that actually I need to multiply these two numbers, and also I need to subtract these two numbers, and we need to write them next to each other. That's the rule here. Okay, that's the rule here. First, multiply these two numbers. As you see here, 3 times 2, it is 6. 3 minus 1, it is 1. 5 times 3, it is 15. 5 minus 3, it is 2. And 6 times 1, it is 6. 6 minus 1, it is 5. 9 times 4, it is 36. 9 minus 4, it is 5. So that means that here 7 times 5, 35. 7 minus 5, 2. Then we just need to write the results next to each other or side by side. That's it.
I didn't really understand what it meant by that. So I don't understand what it meant by operator outcome. That's what.
And before we did a lot of examples, maybe you forgot. Anyway, that is how it works. Let's move to the next question. Shamil, actually, if I ask Shamil, are you there?
Yes.
Shamil, read the question.
On the 1 to 10s 5 ones more than is 4 10s 3 ones.
What do you think, Shamil? How do you solve this question? Or Neil, Fikriya, Ayhan, do you have any idea? What do you think? How can I solve this problem?
Can I say?
Yes.
I'm reading it. So
Okay, there's 2 tens and 5 ones. It means that the number is 25, as I understood, and 4 tens and 3 ones, so it's 43. We need to subtract and find the answer.
So it says 2 tens, 5 ones, right? Simply, what is it? It is 25 more than a number. So more than a number, let's say I put here, if I just put here x, how would you read this? 25 more than x is 4 tens, 3 ones. What does it mean? 25 more than x, that means that x plus 25 means equal 4 tens, 3 ones. And 4 tens, 3 ones means it is 43. So now from here, what is x? X equals 43 minus 25, that's equal to 18. So the answer is 18.
Yeah.
Good. Next question. Ayhan, can you read the question first?
Yes. Find the missing term in the following sequence.
Sequence.
One sequence 1 8 27 16 4 200
and 16.
16.
So Ayhan, what do you think? What is the correct answer? Can you solve this?
What?
What is the answer? What do you think? What number should you write for the blank here, in the blank here?
Can you give us a little bit of time to do? 1 second. I'm just
Oh,
minding.
Neil, that's very easy question, you know. Fikri, can you see the answer? This is very easy question. How? What are these numbers?
No.
Neil, this one is cube numbers, right?
Mr. 100. It's 100.
Yes, it is 2 cube. This one is 3 cube. And this one is 4 cube. Now, what is the next number? It should be 5 cube. And this 216 is 6 cube. And what is 5 cube? It is 125. The answer is 125.
1, 2.
These are cube numbers, right? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube, 6 cube. Can you see that, Neil?
Yes.
Okay. For the next question, I will give you some time. Okay. Neil, can you read the question first?
Okay. Find the smallest whole number between 1 and 100 that is divisible by 12 and by 18.
You have 1.5 minutes. Okay, start.
Mr. Kazım,
Yes,
as I understood here, we need to find LCM, yes? Lowest
Yes.
common multiple.
yes, that's right.
Mr.
Yes,
36.
that's correct. Because you should find the least common multiple. Also, another way, between 12 and 18, which one is greater? 18, right? Just write the multiples of 18. 18, 36, and the 54, right? As you see here, this 36 is divisible by 18, also divisible by 12. It says find the smallest whole number between 1 and 100 that's divisible by 12 and 18. That is the 36, the smallest one, right? And also the next one is 72 and blah, blah, but 36 is the smallest one. Next question. Sadiq, read the question.
If the 5-digit number 1, 2, 3, and 5 is divisible by 9, find n.
Sadiq, what
It's
numbers are
4.
divisible by 9?
9,
So what numbers are
2,
divisible by 9?
9, 18, 27, 36, 45,
No, no, no. I know these are the
54.
multiples of 9, Sadiq. I'm asking what is the rule? What is the rule? For example, if I ask the Sadiq, what numbers are
Can I
divisible
say-
by 2?
1 and 2.
What?
Can I say the rule?
Yes.
Yes. I think the rule to divide by 9 is when we multiply or when we plus all the numbers of number, it
Yes.
will be divisible by 3.
Okay, good. Sadiq, here for a number to be divisible by 9, the sum of the digits of the number must be divisible by 9. And also for 3, the same thing, right? If the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 3, that number is divisible by 3. If the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 9, that number is divisible by 9. If the number is even number, that's divisible by 2. If the last 2 digits, right, that forms, that's it, the last 2 digits of the number is divisible by 4, that is divisible by 4. If the number actually ends, I mean, if the last digit is 0 or 5, that is divisible by 5. I mean, you are talking about these rules. So
But
here,
Mr.
for this number to be divisible by 9, the sum of the digits, that's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n
The answer
plus
is 4.
5. It should be divisible by 9. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus n, it should be divisible by 5. I mean 9. So 11 plus 2, no. 11 plus 4, no. 11 plus 5, no. 11 plus 7, yes. Because 11 plus 7, it is 18, right? 18 is divisible by 9. That's why n must be 7 for that number to be divisible by 9. Sadiq, did you understand now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's continue. Move to the next question. Fikriya, can you read the question first?
The diagram shows how an equilateral triangle can be cut into 4 pieces and rearranged to form a square. This solution of the haberdasher's puzzle is discovered by Henry Dardenne.
Dudney.
If the length of the square is Dardenne, if the length of the square is 13 centimeter and the height of the triangle is 17 centimeter, find the length of the triangle correct to the nearest whole number.
Guys, you have 2 minutes. Give a try. Very easy question. Okay, let's see how much you understand this problem. Fikriya, did you understand the problem?
Yes.
Neil, how about you?
I'm reading the second time because usually if I want to do something, I read 2 times just to make
Very
sure I
good.
understood.
Yeah, that's a smart way, Neil. Also, actually, the first time when I read, usually I don't understand much. I just read quickly, and after
Me
the
too.
second time, I read a bit slowly and try to understand every word. Then actually, I start solving.
Me too. I'm right now still reading slowly just to understand each word. And when I don't understand one word, I try to say that word in another language for me to understand it better.
Very good, very good. Then we are sharing the same, what is it, the
Reading,
straight or?
understanding reading.
Mr. The answer is 20.
20?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Let's just wait, okay?
But I
30 more
think it's-
seconds. Sadiq, what's the answer?
20.
20. Are you
Yes.
just guessing or did you really calculate it?
I did not calculate the. I don't think I calculated the right way, but
Fikriya, Neil, any answer? Ayhan, Shamil?
no, no answer.
Guys, here we are going to use very simple idea. Okay, that's actually quite popular, famous question. As you see here, the idea is how many pieces I have here. Let's say this one is, let's say piece A and B and C and D, right? And we are just rearranging these pieces and forming this square. As you see here, this one is piece B, and this one is piece A, and this one is C, this one is D, right? So, which means that if you're forming new figure by rearranging some figures, that means that your area remains unchanged. That means that the area of the triangle is the same as the area of the square. Do you agree with me, Neil?
Yes, yes.
What is the area? Very good. What is the area of the square? It says that one side is 13. One side is 13. So that means that the area of the square is 13 squared, right? 13 times 13. So
Yeah.
that's equal to What is the area of the triangle? How do you find the area of the triangle? It is the height, right? Let's say the height. It says the height of the triangle is 17. That is 1 over 2 times height. It is 17 times base. And do we know the base? I don't know. Let's say the base is A. Okay. So now from here we have A. So now from here, how can I find A? A is, first I should multiply both sides by 2 so that here we will have 1. So that's equal to 2 times, what is 13 squared? That's equal to 169. And after that, I need to divide 17, right? Because I want to leave this A alone on one side of the equation. That is how we solve simple equations. So here we have 17, right? And what is 2 times 169? It is 340. It is 338 over 17. That is the length of one side of, what is it? The triangle. So now, since you are not allowed to use a calculator, the only way to calculate this one is through long division, right? 338. Now I am going to divide this by 17. And 13 divided by 17, that's just 1. 1 times 17, it is 17. And subtract this, here we have 16. And here we have 8, right? If I write 10, it is 170. It cannot be 10, so it should be 9. 9 times 17, 9 times 7, 63. We have 6. 9 times 1, it is 9. With 6, it is 15. And if you subtract this, it is 5. And here we have 1. And 15 is less than 17, right? So I put one decimal point here. So 150 divided by 17. Now it is not 9, right? It is 8. 8 times 17, 8 times 7, 56. We have 5. 8 times 1, 8 plus 5, it is 13, which is equal to 14. I can continue, but now I don't have to continue because I know one digit after the decimal point, right? Now we know that if you round this off to the nearest whole number, that is equal to 20, right? Because that is closer to the 20. So the answer is, it is 20. That's why it says in the question, find the length of the triangle correct to the nearest whole number, right? So 19.8 something, if you round this number off to the nearest whole number, that's equal to 20. Okay, Fikriya, did you
Mister,
understand? Yes.
I
Yes.
did not do, I just did the, I don't know, I think incorrect. I did 17 plus 3 and I got 20.
17 plus 3, where did you get 3?
From 13, I took out the 1 and I just plus them.
No, 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 no. You should actually understand this idea. You know, this question, for example, next year, if you participate in Sasmo, they may ask the same similar question, but changing some numbers. Anyway, Sadiq, here the most important thing is understanding the idea, okay? And but just if you give making a guess and write the how to say solve the problems, you cannot make any improvements, okay? Why are we practicing these questions? And we are just learning how to. We are just collecting ideas. Let's say now in your bag is in your brain, right? You have a lot of ideas. When you are solving the questions, we have a lot of ideas. Pick one idea, it doesn't work. Choose the second idea, it doesn't work. So that now we have more and more ideas so that you are more capable of, I mean, you are, how to say, day by day, you are getting better and capable of solving more problems because now you have more and more ideas. But Sadiq, here, did you understand the idea that two things, right? And they must have the same
Yes,
area,
understood.
and they're just equating their areas, and that's it. Okay, then let's move to the next question. Sadiq, can you read the question?
Yes, 2 of 4 means 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. I point, E point.
What does it mean, Sadiq?
Point.
What does it stand for, this one?
E means, I think, example.
In example. IE means in example.
In example, 2 of 4 makes 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2. It makes 16. Find the last digits of 5 of 10.
So find the last digit of 5 to the power of 10. That's how we read this, right? To the power of 10. Now 5 to the power of 10, what does it mean? It means that 5 is multiplied by itself 10 times. Sadiq, what do you think? If I
0.
multiply it out, what will be the last digits?
0.
How is it possible? Yeah, Sadiq, how is it possible? What is 5 times 5?
25.
25. What is the last digits?
5.
What is 5 times 5 times 5? It's
Is the
125. What is the last digits?
5? Yes, it's 5.
5. How about 5 times 5 times 5 times 5?
5.
It is 6 to 5. Actually, the
5.
powers of 5 always ends with 5.
Yes.
So the last digit will be 5. And Neil, I ask you this question, Neil, instead of this 5, if I ask you this question, what is the last digit of 6 to the power of 10? What will be your answer?
Probably 6.
It is 6, right? Although 6, if you multiply 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 36, 216. Anyway, the powers of 6 always ends in 6.
Yes.
But if I answer some different question, it will be different. For example, 3 to the power of 10, that is different because it changes. 3 squared, 9, 3 cubed, 27, 3 to the power of 4 is 81. That's different. That's a bit harder question, but you will solve this kind of question in grade 7. But for grade 6 and 5, actually, they are this kind of simple questions. Anyway, guys, let's move to the next question. Neil, read the question.
Okay. In a soccer tournament, 12 teams play against each other twice. How many games are there altogether?
Guys, everybody think you have 2 minutes, okay? And do not
Okay.
guess, all right? Try to answer the question, all right? The methods, don't guess. I don't accept any guess work here, guess answers. You have 2 minutes, start.
Is the answer 24?
Why?
Because it said that 12 teams play against each other twice, and that's why I took 12 and I plus it by itself because it said like each other twice.
Okay. Let's see, Neil. 1 more minute, okay? Let others also think, and after that, we will answer the question.
Mister, it's 24.
I also
Yes.
said 24.
Any different answer? How about
No.
Fikriya? Do you have any answer, Fikriya?
24.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, we have 30 seconds. But Sadiq, Neil, the answer is not 24.
Really? Wait, can you give 1 more minute? 1 second, let me do it. Maybe I have another answer. Let me read
Okay,
it one more time.
because here Neil actually he's saying that 12 teams play against each other twice.
I have the another answer.
What is it?
66. B.
No, but it says Fikriya twice. If they won't play against each other only once, at the time the answer is 66.
Then the answer is D.
The answer is D because it says twice, right? Okay. Uh, Neil, let's do it together. Why is it so? Because here, if you write teams, for example, let's say team A, B, and C, and D, E, F, right? Now here we have G, H, I, J. Actually, maybe I should not write like this. All right, it will be, uh,
Confusing.
let me just write like this. Team 1, okay, team 2, team 3, dot, dot, team 11, team 12. All right. Suppose that because twice, I don't have to write each one twice, okay? I will multiply first if they play only once. How many games are there altogether? Okay. Now I ask a question. Team, Neil, for example, team 1 plays how many games?
Team one plays wait, where? 24? I don't know.
11 games, 11, because team 1 plays with team 2, team 3, team 4, team 5, team 11, team 12, right? So
Wait,
actually team 1 plays 11 games because it says that team plays against each other.
oh yes, yes, yes.
And okay, done. Now actually how about team 2? Team 2 has already played against one, right? So team 2 plays against team 3, team 4, team 5, team 11, team 12. How many? It is 10. And team 3 with the remaining teams, it is 9. And continue. How about team 11 against 12? It is only 1. So now how many games do we have here? As you see here, we have just the sum of the natural numbers. Again, I'm just using this formula that S is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n, the sum of n natural numbers. That's equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. So from here, that's equal to, what is it? It is 11 times 12 over 2. So now it says that they played twice, right? Twice. That's why I need to multiply this 2. 2 times 11 times 12 over 2. These two to cancel each other. That's equal to 132. So the answer is 132. Okay, Sadiq.
Okay.
Sadiq, did you ever participate in football league at your school?
Yes.
But then, Sadiq, you should understand this question, right? If you have, for example, even if you have 16, for example, let's say A, B, C, D, E. How do they play? This A plays against B, against C, right? Against C, against D, against E.
Yes.
And after that, B against C, against D, against E, right? And C against C. That means that all actually teams, they must play against each other. And after that, if they win, they get 3 points. If they lose, it is 0 point. Let's say, for example, draw, they get only 1 point. And after that, the final result, who gets the maximum score, that will be the first, second, third, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, so the answer is this. Let's move on to the next question. Neil, can you read the question?
Okay. A whole number multiplied by itself will give a special type of number called perfect squares. Example of the perfect squares are 9, 3 multiplied by 3, and 16, 4 multiplied by 4. A perfect square year is a year which is perfect square when it's the next perfect square year.
Okay. So when is the next perfect square year? Guys,
So
did you
it's the
understand the
first
question
one.
first?
Yes, but I just want to ask
No.
a thing about it. It says that the first one was like 9 and then it was 16, or was it just an example?
Example, they're just example. Actually, we know what a square number, right? Like 1, 4,
Yes, I know.
9, 16, 25, and the
Yes,
36. These
yes,
are square numbers, right? Because they are the square root of the natural
yes.
number. We are talking about this. Now, a perfect square year is a year which is a perfect square. So when is the next perfect square year? When is next?
Mr. Kazim,
Yes.
like if it was fifth year, so we need to multiply 5 by 5 and it will be a perfect square year, yes?
Yes. So
My
somebody,
my answer was like 25, but it isn't a year.
it is a year. Actually, here 2025. Now, for example, if they ask this question to this year, for example, Neil, in which year are we in now? 2021, right?
Yes.
So the next one will be, for example, 2025. For example, is it a square year? Yes. What is 45 squared? It is 2025. So is it a square of a natural number? Yes. That means that this
Yes.
2025 is a perfect square year.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I got
if I
five
ask you,
if
for
I'm
example, Neil, for example, if I ask you, let's say, suppose that now, all right, now we are in 2030. Okay. Now, if I ask you the same question, when is the next perfect square year? What will be your answer?
next perfect square year. Um,
Because here, 245 square 2025, right? Next square, perfect square will be, what number is it? 40 squared, which is equal to, if you multiply 2116. So if you are in 2030, if they ask this question, the next perfect square year will be 2116.
but how did you get to 2116?
Yeah, if you just multiply
I like,
46 by 46, it is 2116, right? Just
where did
multiply.
you get 46? Did you take it by 2030? Is like square year,
Look,
square
I
number.
think still you didn't get this. Okay, if I just write square numbers, right? One squared, these are the square, perfect square numbers, right?
Yes.
And also, like, I can continue here. Let's say 42 squared and 43 squared, 44 squared and 45 squared, 46 squared, and continue. Now, if you just write the numbers, actually in the question is saying that a perfect square year is a year which is a perfect square, right? So that means a 42 squared is, that is a perfect square year. And also this one is a perfect square year. And also this one is perfect square year, right? And 2025 also perfect square year. So after 45 square, what is the next perfect square number? That is 46 square, right? So what is 46 squared? It is 2116. So after 2025, actually, the next perfect square year will be 2116. Now, if I ask you, for example, Fikriya, you answer this question. When was the previous perfect square year? What would be your answer?
Before 2025.
Yes, the previous one. If I just a question, when is the previous perfect square year? What would be your answer? Before 45, what number comes? It is 44, right? So what is 44 squared? Is equal to 1936. So the previous perfect square year was 1936. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
good. All right. Uh, Fikriya, can you read the question?
Yes, there are four items: a ruler, a pencil, an eraser, and a sharpener. Lying in the straight row on a table. The sharpener is neither next to the ruler nor not next to the eraser. The pencil is not the third item. The eraser is neither the first not the last item. What is the order of the items on the table from first to last?
Okay, guys, read one more time. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, then let's discuss it together. And also, I will drink some water for myself.
Mister, it's D. Oh no.
Sadiq, any answer?
A.
Is the answer maybe D?
A.
I don't know.
1 second, 1 second. Let me do it 1 second.
Mister, is it A?
I don't know. Is your answer A?
No,
Yes.
my answer is not A.
Can you write your answer to the chat box, guys? Fikriya, Ayhan,
I
Sadiq, Neil.
changed my answer. 1 second. I'm gonna write it now.
Sadiq A. Fikriya, how about you?
I'm still doing.
Really? Okay, lying in a straight row on a table. The sharp.
My answer. 1 second. I didn't send you. 1 second. I send you my answer, I think.
Neil's answer D. Okay, let's see, Neil. Here, the sharpener is neither next to the ruler nor next to the eraser, right? So actually, that means that here it cannot be here, right, in the second place or the third place, right?
But I didn't know that. I thought that, but it said the sharpener is neither next to. It means that
Mr. Kazım.
the sharpener, not the middle part.
Yes. So the sharpener is neither next to the ruler or next to the eraser, right? So
Mr.
the
Kazım.
sharpener is here, for example, and ruler must be somewhere here, right? That means that the eraser must be here or here. That's not possible. So that means the sharpener should be here. One choice here, either it is here, right? Or the sharpener is here. We don't have any choice for sharpener, right? Do you agree with me, Fikriya, Neil, and Sadiq, Ayhan?
Yes. Mr. Kazim, I wanted to say my answer.
Yes.
I
What's your
think it's
answer?
E.
E?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody answered E, but your answer is E. Let's see. So now, Fikri and Neil, just one actually, what is it, idea for you. If you're solving multiple choice questions here, since we know the sharpener is either the first one or the last one, as you see here, this A cannot be the answer.
Mr.
And
Kazim,
also
you're
this,
muted.
huh? What did it say?
Nothing, I couldn't hear you. Now I can hear you. My answer is C.
Oh, sorry.
B.
So here, either sharpener is the last one. Okay, it's possible. All right. Here, the first one sharpener. And here, sharpener is in the middle. So this cannot be the answer. And also here, sharpener is the last one. Okay. And the sharpener is the first one. All right. Now, C is not the case here. Good. So now let's continue. The pencil is not the third item. Okay. The pencil is not the third item. Here, do we have any pencil in the third item? Pencil, eraser. Okay, pencil. Okay, pencil is not here. All right, that means that pencil is either here. Anyway, let's continue. Pencil is not the third item. And the eraser is neither the first nor the last. So eraser, not the first one, not the last. That means that actually it is either second one or the third one, right? So guys, let me just do like this here.
My first answer was D, but then I changed it to C. But then I thought both. That's it. My answer was C or D, but now I think if it's not C, it's D.
All right, good. Let me write here. So we have sharpener, right? At first, let me just start with ruler. If we have ruler and the pencil and eraser and the sharpener. So sharpener is either the first one or the last one. We already know that. So it can be maybe here or here, right? And it cannot be here. It cannot be here, right? And then we'll continue. Okay. The pencil is not the third item. So pencil, it cannot be here. It's maybe here or here or here. Okay. And the eraser is neither the first nor the last. Eraser. So eraser is not the first nor the last. Maybe it is here or here, right? And how about the ruler? Do we have any idea, anything about the ruler? The pencil is not the third item, okay? And the eraser is neither the first nor the last. What is the order of the items on the table below? So we have no idea about the ruler. It can be anything, right? So okay, sharpener is neither next to the ruler nor next to the eraser. So sharpener, if it is here, right, the first one, so this cannot be the answer if it is here. Okay, so ruler. The sharpener is neither next to the ruler nor to next to the eraser.
It can't
Okay,
be the A one.
so this cannot be here, right? The first one. Because sharpener is the first one, it cannot be the first one, it cannot be the second one, right? If sharpener is the fourth one, for example, also it cannot be here, right? So what? I'm confused here.
It is not the A one, and it can't be the. I don't think it can be the E one.
Interesting question.
Because it says that the printer can't be in the third place, but none of them are in the third place, and it says that it says that the eraser can't be in the first one or the last one. And that also doesn't make sense because none of them.
Okay. Now let's just do from the beginning once again. Okay. Here it says that the sharpener is neither next to the ruler nor next to the eraser, right? That means the sharpener should be at the first place or the second place. Okay. Good. If it is here, so ruler or eraser, it cannot be here. Maybe ruler is here, eraser is here, right? Or eraser is here, ruler is here. One of them is here. We will see. Okay. If it is here, then maybe here we have ruler and eraser, and maybe here we have ruler and eraser. Okay, continue. The pencil is not the third item. Okay, pencil is not here. For example, in the first case, right, pencil not the third item, then pencil should be here. And here, if pencil is not the third item, right, so that means that pencil is either here or here. Okay, so we will see them. And the eraser is neither the first nor the last eraser. So eraser is neither first, that means I'm erasing this. Eraser cannot be the first. And also it cannot be the last, right? So that means if it is not the last, actually here it must be R then. It must be R. And that E, here we have only one choice, E must be here. Or if erase is not here, then this should be R, P, right? Or here. Okay, because the erase is neither the first nor the last, so it may be here. Anyway, what the pencil is not the third item. So here, so if R and is here, pencil, it cannot be here. Pencil is not here, so it should be here or here. So if R is here, the E must be here. If E is here, R must be here. So that means that both of them cannot be here, right? And also the, anyway, here guys, as you see here, P cannot be third place. That means that here we have three choices, R, E, and P. That means that one of them should be here, which is not possible. That means that only the possible answer is this. That is sharpener, pencil, eraser, and ruler. The correct answer is E. Yeah, Fikri, your answer was E.
Yes.
Yes, actually, Fikri, your answer is correct, but the answer that is wrong. Anyway, guys, let's move. That's also a thought-provoking
Yes,
question.
now I see the E1 is right because I thought that the E1 was like the third one was pencil. That's why I thought it wasn't that one. I
Hmm,
accidentally mistake the third pencil to the second one.
good.
This one was the easiest one, but it took us so long.
Yeah, because you need to read and understand after the thing. That's why. Okay, guys, let's do one more question and I will finish. We will continue next time. Neil, can you read this question?
Okay. A diagram, okay. A diagram shows a big rectangle that's made up of four small identical rectangles. If the bigger dimension of the small rectangle is 20 centimeters, the area of the big rectangle.
And as you remember, last time we did a lot of geometry questions that is similar to them. It says that the diagram shows a big rectangle. So the big one is a rectangle and it's made up of four small identical rectangles. That means these all small rectangles are the same. If the bigger dimension of one of the small rectangles is 20. What do we mean by bigger dimension? If you draw any rectangle, okay, and let's say W and L, that's length and W. If L is greater than W, usually it's greater than W, right? Or sometimes it can be equal if it is square. Then this L is the bigger dimension and W is the smaller dimension of this rectangle. So here it says that the bigger dimension of one of the small rectangles is 20. That means that this side is 20 and this one is 20. This one is 20. And find the area of the big rectangle, okay? So how do you find the area of the rectangle since it is 20, right? As you see here, for example, this actually, this two width, right? And also width, they form the length. That means that if it is A, right? 2A is equal to 20, which means that this should be 10. Also, this should be 10. So the area of the big rectangle, then what is it? It is 40 times 20. That's equal to 800 square centimeters. So the answer is 800. Find the area of the big rectangle. That's equal to 800. Okay, Neil, Fikriya, Ayhan, Sadiq, is everything all right about this question?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, that much
Yes.
is enough for today. Then, okay, have a nice weekend. Okay, take good care of yourself. I will see you next
Have a
week.
nice
All right.
day. Goodbye.
If you need more questions, just
Have a
let me know. I will give you if you need. If you think
Okay.
that you are busy, then we have nothing to do. Okay, see you next week.
Bye. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.